Hello friends, welcome back. My name is Mustafa and you are watching my tutorial. In this video we will learn about ng content. So let's see definition of ng content, then we will do practical demo for the same. ng content is a way to render dynamic HTML in Angular application. It is a placeholder for dynamic content. Angular will replace the placeholder, or you can say the ng content, with content provided by you. It helps developer to create reusable components. If you are not able to understand this definition, don't worry. I will do practical demo for the same and I will bring you back to this definition, and I will make sure that at the end of this video you will understand what actually ng content is. So let's flip to Visual Studio Code where we will do practical demo. So here we go. This is app.component.html and app.component.ts. As of now in the app.component.ts I have only one array list that holds some country name, and in the HTML I have simple div with some stylings and h2 tag where I am showing country name, and a paragraph where some description will be shown. So as of now I have kept some dummy data and a button. So save the changes and flip to browser, and here you can see that this is what is getting displayed on the screen. So before I move ahead, I would like to say that I will show you some problem statement and then I will try to solve that using the ng content, so that it will be much easier for you to understand how ng content works. So as of now we have only one list, right? We have only one card, you can say here. Let's say I want to display 3 cards or 3 countries, you can say, or 10 countries. What you will do? Will you repeat the code? As of now, yes. As of now I will say yes, I will repeat the code. So let me repeat the code and I will put some BR so that I can see some space. So now you can see that I am ready with 3 countries. So let me change the country name also. In the first div I am showing India, in the second UK and the UAE, and respective buttons. So you can see no more about India, no more about UK, and no more about UAE. So let's save the change. Now you can see that we are able to see 3 countries. So what if I want to display 2 more? Again, do we need to repeat the same code? Yes, as of now, yes. So how we can resolve it? For resolving this issue, let me create one component and I will show you how we can resolve the issue. So what I will do, I will simply copy this component, Control and C, and I will paste it here. I will give name as country component.ts. I will modify the respective selector as well and name of the class as well. I will remove this country list, and as we know that whenever we create a new component we need to add in the app module. So copy this class and come to app module. Simply in the declaration array paste it and do control and dot, and you can import from here. So you can see that this is imported here. Save the changes. So now that I have created this company component.ts, so what I will do, I will take this code from here, from app.component.html, and I will paste it here. So I will not use template URL, I will use template. If you want, you can use a template URL as well. Backticks, and here I will paste this code. So now instead of repeating this HTML 3 times, I will use this selector. So simply I will use this selector like this. So you can see that we are able to see one country. In the same way, if I want to use multiple country, what I will do, I will simply use this selector multiple times. And let me put a breakpoint also so that I can see some space. Now you can see that we are able to see same result as we was able to see using the repeated code, using the repeated HTML, I can say. So you saw that how I normalized it. I used this HTML at only one place and I used this selector here multiple times. If you are not able to understand how parent and child component works, I will suggest you to watch part 21 of this video. I will give you link in the description below. That will help you to understand how parent and child component works. So here what I did, I created a component, and in this component I have some div, and I am using this selector here in the app component. I use this selector 3 times. This HTML will be rendered 3 times there. If you see the output, still there is a problem. We are able to see only India, India, India. Even if I repeat multiple times, let me do it 2 more times, we are able to see 5 times, but still we are able to see India only. But this is not my requirement. My requirement is that I want to see India, US, UK, different countries, not the same country. So how we can resolve that? This is where ng content comes into the picture. Instead of template, now I converted that to template URL, and here I am using path of the HTML. You can see that we are able to see same output. So the problem here is that this country is hard coded, and here this country name is also hard coded. Only India is coming, but I want to set this dynamically. So what I will do, I will pass this country name from app component. So we will see how we can do that. So for that I will comment this line of code so that you can relate how it works. And here I will use ng content and open and close it. I replace this h2 with this ng content, and remember that ng content accept selector. So here I will write select equal to, and here I will give a class selector. So what I am doing here, ng content takes selectors, right? So I will use select, this is the keyword, equal to class. It is not necessary that this class should exist in your application. You can give any name you want. This is just a selector. Task of the child component is done. So now let's come to parent component. Here I will create a div, and in this div I will loop through an array. So see, I am looping through this array. This country list array is available here in the app.component.ts file. So I am just looping through it. And what I will do inside that, inside this loop, I will use this selector. So I will remove all the unnecessary selector now. So see, I am looping through it, and I use selector here, and from here dynamically I will pass this country. So what I will do, what I was using here, I was using h2. So let me copy this code, and I will paste it. I will uncomment this, and here I will use this country variable, and here I will use the same selector that I have used here. So I have used this class selector, right? So I will write here class equal to country. Save the changes and flip to browser. Here you can see that I am able to see India, UK and the UAE. You see, I am passing it dynamically. So let me revise this code how it is working. If you remember, this div was repeated here multiple times in the app component, right? So what I did, I created a separate component, and here I pasted the code. And I was using this country selector here multiple times. This is what I was doing. That also did not solve the problem. So what I did, I commented this code, and here I used ng content. And here I give a selector. There are multiple selectors that we will see as we move ahead. So as of now, I did a class selector. So you will use this keyword select, and you will give name of the class. It is not necessary that this class should exist in your application. You can give any name you want. Task of the child component is done now. Now I came to app component.html. From here I wanted to pass dynamic data. So for that I have an array which holds country. So what I did, I am looping on the div, and inside the div I am using child component selector. Here if you see, I am using h2. I am using h2 because here also I was using h2. But this is not necessary that if you are using here h2, here also you will use h2. You can use anything you want. The only point here is that it should match the selector. So I am using here same selector. So here what will happen, this ng content is saying that replace me if you find this country selector. So what will happen, because I am using here inside that, remember, if you will use outside of it, it will not work. If you use here, it will not work. You have to use inside of the selector. So what will happen, when this selector is matched, whatever value is here will be replaced here, and that we are able to see on the screen. See, India, UK and UAE we are able to see. Now let me replace this h2 with the paragraph, and you can see that we are still able to see the same output. If you inspect here, you can see that now this is paragraph. It doesn't matter whether you use paragraph, div or anything else. The things which matter is this selector. So this selector must match with this selector. If I modify this one, if I modify country to country one, now you can see that it will not work. And here you can see that we are not able to see country name. Now that the first problem is solved, I am able to pass India dynamically for the first h2 tag. I want to pass for this one also. So what I will do, I will also comment this line of code, and I will replace with this ng content. And I will also give a unique selector. So what I will do, I will give no more, and I will copy this one here, and will come to app component. And here what I will do, I will take this code, this button because I want to show button there, right? So I will use this button, and in this button I will use a class, this class. So let me change this country 1 to country. You will see that this button will be replaced in this ng content. So, but I want to pass this country name dynamically. So let me copy and paste this one. Save the changes and flip to browser. Here we can see that we are not able to see no more about India. So why like that? So let's flip to app.component.html, and here you can see that this paragraph is not closed. So just close this paragraph and again flip to browser. Now you can see that we are able to pass this button as well. So now you can see that we are able to project the content dynamically. So you can see that we are hard coding this part and we are dynamically passing from here. So friend, what we are doing here, this term is also known as content projection. This is also very frequently asked question in the interview. They can ask you what is ng content, or they can also ask you what is content projection. Let's say I also want to project this description. So what I will do, I will create another array of object. So what I did here, I created an array of object. So if you see, it holds country name and description. So now I will loop through this object. So instead of country list, I will use country obj, and from this one I will pass country name. So I will copy this country name and I will pass it. In the same way, I will pass here as well. And for the description, I need to use ng content here. So let me comment this line of code, and I will use here ng content. And again I will use here a selector. And here I will give selector as dot description. So now this task is done. Let me come back to parent component. Use paragraph. And here I will use class and this description. And from here I will dynamically pass description as well. So I will use company dot this description. Save the changes and flip to browser. Now you can see that we are able to pass description also dynamically. See, we are able to pass country. This is India description. This is UK description. This is UAE description. So you saw that how we are able to dynamically pass data from parent to child, and this is called content projection. In this demo we saw that how we can dynamically project the content. If you come to this definition now, it will be easier for you to understand. ng content is a way to render dynamic HTML in Angular application. This is a placeholder for dynamic content. Angular will replace the placeholder. You see, this is the placeholder. This ng content is the placeholder with this selector. It helps developer to create reusable component. So you see, I am using this. You can see that I am reusing this component. Friend, in this demo, we saw only one kind of selector. In the same way, we have 3 more selectors: tag selector, ID selector, and the attribute selector. As of now, we saw only the class selector. So I will tell you all these 3 remaining selectors in the next video. In the previous video, we saw that how class selector works. In this video, we will learn about tag selector, ID selector, and the attribute selector. In the class selector, we saw that in the child class, we use ng content and name of this class. So we use this select keyword and we give name of the class. And in the parent class, we use same class. It is not necessary that this class need to be exist in the application. This is just you have to give this class name, and the same class you will use in the parent class. This is what we did in the previous demo. Apart from class selector, we also have tag selector. So for tag selector, we use the same syntax, ng content, and in the select, I will use any tag name. And the same tag name I will use in the parent class. So if you see here, I am using S3, and inside the S3, I am using interpolation. You can give any tag you want. You can give here paragraph as well, and you will close the paragraph, and here you will use paragraph. The next selector we have ID selector. So see, I have given here ID selector, and I am using ID, and the same ID you will use here. The way we use is, we will use a square bracket and ID equal to name of the ID. Here it will take all the ID that matches the selector. The next one we have attribute selector. The syntax is going to be same. In the square bracket, we will use name of the attribute, and here in the any of the element, we can use any attribute. This is a custom attribute. You can give x, y, z, and you can use here. This is the same code we was working in the part 1, and this is continuation of that. Here I was using class selector. So in the ng content I was using select equal to this class name, and the same class I was using here. It doesn't matter which tag you use. It doesn't matter at all. The point which matter is this class. In the same way, for the second ng content, I was using description class. In the same way, for the third ng content, I was using no more class. In the same way, you can put n number of ng content as much as you want. There is no limitation on that. So now I will implement tag selector. So what I will do, see, if you see here, I have S2, paragraph, and the button. So what I will do here, for the first ng content, I will use this S2 tag. So I will simply copy from here, and here I will give S2. For the second one, I will use this paragraph. So I will simply use here paragraph. You can use single or double quote, that is fine. For the second one, I will use button. Save the changes and flip to browser. You can see that I am still able to see the same output. If I change this name from S2 to S3, you can see that we are not able to see the upper portion where India was coming. So you see in the S2 I was passing India. So it has to be matched with this one. So next I will be using ID selector. So for ID selector, this is not required at all. Even for the tag selector, this was not required. Even for the tag selector also, it was not required. So let me remove that. And here I will give ID S2. For the paragraph, I will give ID P1. And for the button, I will give ID as B1. And the same ID I will use here. For ID, I will use a square bracket. And remember that square bracket should be in the single or double quotes. Then I will use ID equal to name of the ID. I will copy this code and I will paste in all of the ng content, and I will change the name. For paragraph, I have P1. For the button, I have B1. Save the changes and flip to browser. You can see that still I am able to see the same output. Now let me change from B1 to B12. Save the changes and flip to browser. Now you can see that the button is not coming. Why? Because the ID has been changed. Here I am using B12 and here it is B1. So it will not work. So you saw that how we use class selector, tag selector, and the ID selector. The last one we have attribute selector. For the attribute selector, I will give any custom name. So I will give S2. For the paragraph, I will give P1. For the button, I will give B1. And the same attribute I need to use there. So this attribute I will use here in the child component in the square bracket, just like that. Just I will copy paste all of them one by one, and I will paste it. Save the changes and flip to browser. You can see that still I am able to see the same output. Let me modify one of the name. So I will do B11, save the changes, and now you can see that button is not coming. So this was the custom attribute. Let me use one of the inbuilt attribute. So inbuilt attribute I have like title. So I will simply give title equal to demo. Then I will use this title. This title is not the custom one. This is the inbuilt in HTML. I will use this title here. Save the changes and flip to browser. You can see that still I am able to see the same output. So it is like even you can use custom attribute, or you can use inbuilt attribute that is available in HTML. So you can use any of them. So you saw that how we can project content using different mechanisms, like we have ID selector, attribute selector, class selector. Using different mechanisms we can project the content. And you can see that we use ng content for projecting dynamic content. And the way we use is inside the opening and closing bracket, we use that. If you have any doubt, any question, if you are not able to understand any of my video, please write below in the comment box. I will try to answer that. If you really like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. And also provide a constructive comment so that it will motivate me. Thank you so much.